funny how something as simple as a name can ignite a wildfire of opinions, judgment, and even generational divide. This story starts with love. A love for a grandmother who meant the world. A woman who raised the storyteller after her mother died during childbirth. And now, decades later, that name, her name, is back on the table. Not for a memorial plaque, not for a tattoo, but for a baby girl, a new life, a new beginning. But is the name too old for this world? Let's dive in. The original poster, let's call her Kate, is 29 years old and expecting her first child with her husband. They just found out it's a girl. And while they're thrilled, the conversation quickly turned into a debate because Kate wants to name the baby after the person who meant everything to her, her late grandmother, Mildred. Now, you may already be forming opinions. Mildred? Really? Who names their baby Mildred in 2025? Well, here's where it gets interesting. To Kate, the name isn't just vintage or quirky, it's sacred. Her grandmother Mildred didn't just babysit her or send her birthday cards. She was the mother figure. She raised Kate after her biological mother passed away giving birth. Mildred was the constant, the comfort, the caretaker. Kate says she owes everything to her. So when it came time to pick a name, it wasn't even a question. She wanted to honor her, but not everyone agrees. Kate's husband immediately flinched at the name. To him, Mildred sounds dusty, old-fashioned, outdated. You know the drill. He worried their daughter would get teased, that it would feel like a name for a nursing home resident, not a vibrant little girl. He said it didn't feel right and suggested using it as a middle name instead. Now that's not an uncommon compromise. Many families do that. Keep the legacy, but tuck it away. But to Kate, that felt like hiding her grandmother, burying her name in the middle slot like an afterthought. She wanted it front and center. She stood her ground until her mother-in-law chimed in. Yes, cue the in-law drama. Kate's mother-in-law, whom she described as very image-conscious, told her point blank, "You'll ruin your daughter's life with that name." That's not an exaggeration. Those were her actual words. She told Kate that she was being selfish, that choosing an ugly name out of sentimentality was cruel, and that a child needs a name that fits in today's world, not one that sounds like it belongs on a black and white photograph. Harsh, right? And then came the straw that broke the camel's back. Kate's husband admitted something that hurt more than any critique. He told her that he thought her grandmother would understand if they didn't use the name, that Mildred wouldn't want their daughter to suffer. That sentiment shouldn't outweigh social consequences. To Kate, that felt like a betrayal. She wasn't just naming her baby after a memory. She was naming her after the person who gave her life, who saved her when she had no one. She believed her daughter would grow up strong, proud, and empowered, knowing she bore that name. But now, everyone around her was treating it like a curse. So Kate turned to Reddit. She didn't say, "AITA for naming my daughter Mildred." She asked, "Would I be the asshole if I give my daughter an outdated name?" Notice the wording. She knows it's not a popular name. She knows it's not trendy. But is she wrong? Morally? Is she selfish? Or is she brave? The comment section did not disappoint. People were torn, but not in the way you might expect. Some users rallied behind her saying, "Names come and go. What's old today is cool tomorrow. Just look at Emma, Hazel, or Eleanor." Others pointed out that kids will find something to tease you about no matter what your name is. So why let playground bullies dictate your family legacy? There were also stories of people named Gertrude, Ethel, or Agnes who loved their names because of the history behind them. But of course, others warned, it's not about what the name means to you. It's about what it'll mean for her. She's the one who'll have to wear it every day. One commenter even wrote, give her the choice. Name her something modern and let her choose Mildred when she's older, if she wants. It's a compelling idea. But would that feel like honoring someone after the fact? Or just delaying the tribute? Here's where we step back for a second. This story isn't really about a name. It's about legacy. It's about grief. It's about whose voice gets to matter when a new life enters the world. And most of all, it's about who a name belongs to. Is it for the parents, the family, the child? Let's not forget, names are powerful. They shape how we see ourselves. They're the first thing someone learns about us. The first thing a teacher reads on a roll call. The first thing on a resume. The first thing a bully might weaponize, or a friend might embrace. And in this case, the name is a bridge between generations. From a woman who once held a baby in her arms, to a baby being welcomed into the world. So, was Kate wrong? Should she compromise to keep the peace? Or stick to her guns and honor the woman who raised her? Here's what I think. My personal take. I don't think Kate is the asshole. Not even close. In fact, I think she's doing what so many people are too afraid to do. Choosing meaning over trend. Legacy over aesthetics. Love over fashion. Sure, the name Mildred might not win any baby name contests in 2025, but you know what? Neither did Olivia in the 70s, or Henry in the 80s. Names come back, styles change, and kids, they make their own name cool just by living in it. If that child grows up hearing the stories of her great-grandmother, how she stepped in, gave love, and raised her mother with strength and kindness, then that name becomes a badge of honor, not a burden. But I'll end this episode with a question for you. If you had a chance to name your child after the person who saved your life, would you still do it? If the world laughed? Or would you let them fade into history? Comment below with your answer. Do names matter more for the meaning or the vibe? And if you're named after a grandparent, we want to hear your story too. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share if this story moved you. This is AITA Stories, where judgment meets real life. See you in the next one.